Hey guys, how's it going? So if you're like me, you were surprised by the announcement that the Steam rollback beta is coming on later on this spring, and there's also a new balance patch coming in for Dragon Ball FighterZ. So if, just like me, you didn't play in a while, I just figured we could do a little refresh together of the universal movement options that are available to most of the cast. This part is not going to be scripted, so I might slur, I might, just go all around the place. So we're just going to cover the most universal options that every character has and just go from there. Then you have the traditional double tap to do a back dash and double tap forward to do a front dash. Little thing to remember with the front dash, you can hold the button and just dash all across the screen. It's pretty standard, it's nothing special. Then there's the jumping, you can jump forward, jump backwards, there's double jumps on everything, and there's also the super dash. And this button obviously just goes right past Key Blast from your opponent. So that's pretty standard. Going with the jumping, you can also do an air dash forwards, air dash backwards, and there's the super jump. So you can just super jump forward, super jump backwards, and the dash can also be done after a super jump. Same with the double jump. So that's pretty standard, nothing really specific or hard to understand here. So we're just going to go into a little thing a bit more complex, a bit more advanced, and then we're going to break them down and just show how the techniques are done. So the first advanced technique we're going to look at is the instant air dash. It's basically combining a jump with an air dash, but doing it as close to ground as possible. The simple notation is just to go, if you're on the D-pad, just look at 9 and then go to 6, but you're going to go to 5. So you're just going to stop holding the button to reset the stick to neutral and then hit 6, and it's going to result in a instant air dash. It's going to look something like this here. So that's one way to input it. It's going to be done also backwards. Another way to input this thing is to use the dash macros, which is when you're moving forward, you just press R2 or the right bumper trigger, and it's going to result in an air dash. But you need to hold forward. You can just jump and press it, otherwise it's going to result in a super dash. The second advanced movement option we're going to look at is the super jump install. So this is still just an overview. We're going to break it down a little further down, but basically you want to input a super jump motion while another action is going on, and the next move for the follow-up is going to carry over the properties from a super jump. One such property you're going to see here, I'm just going to do a super jump and not press anything. So here's a super jump. You notice the fall speed. Well, while you're in super jump properties, you can hold down and you're going to speed up the, well, it's going to result in a faster fall. So just see here, I went much faster down. So carrying these properties can extend combos. One such example is with Frieza, so I'm just going to show it off right now. So another thing I failed to mention earlier was that you can carry over the momentum from a dash into a jump. It's going to carry a lot of distance, you can see here. And it can also be done with a super jump, so you can do something like this here. It's going to reach all over the place. It's going to extend your reach on the jump. That's also a movement option that's available to the whole cast, and it's going to lead into the next advanced movement option we're going to talk about. So the last movement option we're going to talk about is referred to as a moon jump. It's basically like carrying the dash momentum into a super jump without the dash input. So when you do this dash here, you have the little startup from the dash, and it's just going to be the same thing but without this part. It's going to look like this here. So that's a moon jump.